Good morning, folks. Sheldon from the Outlaw Speed Shop, and got this 34 Ford all buttoned up, and so I figured I'd show it to you. And a couple things changed. The hood panels and everything didn't quite work out after I got to the final assembly part. Part of the reason is when I did the hood panels originally, I guess it was before everything was actually set in what position it was going to be in and all that. And I mean, I could have got them to work and everything to fit, and then I'd already put the engine together, put it on there, and then the alternator was sticking out the side and everything, and it was like, well, might want to look at that engine anyway. So we decided just to leave the panels off at this point. And it appears everything is finished. Put some plug wires. Oh, I gotta do radiator hoses. I always forget those. Anyway, so I got some plug wires on there, got some fuel lines on there. That was it. As far as everything else, just paint detail. And I guess there's a couple little things I still need to address, but pretty much that's it. And it came out what I was looking for. Came out nice. The paint came out what I was looking for, and actually the windshield and everything came out good too. I had a piece that was just in my box that I keep that stuff, and had already been started for something, and I just did a little trimming and got it to fit in there, and so that worked out good. And just got the headlights on there. So I'll show you underneath a little bit. Nothing fancy here. And I did use the actual exhaust from the Model A, and I just did a little bending and bending in a little bit, and everything fit pretty good. So got those on there, put some little tips on there. Like I say, nothing fancy. So let's see what she looks like from the front there, with the little hood on there. And like I said, the whole thing was to be, basic, just because really the way these cars were built in the back of the day and still today, they're just basic cars. I mean, it has the basic essentials on it, and that's it. So that's kind of, it's what I was looking for, and it pretty much came out, just what I thought it was going to come out. Stock wheels, nothing exciting on there, stock tires, and the body, I didn't do anything except for sand the body. I think that's oh God, I'd have to look and see. Freeman, maybe? Anyway, I don't know whoever I got this body from. I've got like three different designs of these Bonneville style 34 coupes. I'm pretty sure I got three different designs, or I might have two designs with three different bodies. I think I have two. I think I got two of these, the same design. The other one, I think, actually even has the windshield a little bit different. I'd have to look at them and see, but anyhow, worked out really nice, and real happy with it. A white resin. It seemed to be a little more plasticky than like a regular resin, but wasn't brittle, and didn't have to do a lot of work to it. Like I said, the only thing I did on the outside to it was I wet sanded it a little bit, put some primer on it, sanded it again, and my paint, all I did is I shot a coat of Rust-Oleum, that 2X, on there, and I've had pretty good luck with that paint. If, and this is the if you're looking for this style of paint job. If you're looking for a nice, shiny, polished, smooth, I'm not sure that that's the stuff that I would use. But when I do these older, faded, multicolor paint jobs, it works fine. I mean, I did one time, was going to make it was an old stock car, so it didn't need to be, you know, perfect. But I was just going to do a straight up purple paint job, and I started spraying this purple on it, and about halfway through it just started shooting blobs out there. So anyway, as soon as it started doing that, it was a Ford Torino, and as soon as it started doing that, I just started grabbing other colors and painting over, you know, just everything through at it. And then went through and sanded it out, and in the end it turned out to be a really, really killer paint job on it. But yeah, so anyway, painted with that, put some Tamiya flat on it, a little sanding, came back in with some rusty washy stuff, and wherever you sand through, you can see right here, that one's still. So I just put a little bit of this stuff on there, cover up wherever the, you know, sand through a little bit, and put some decals on it, put more clear on it, and then I put a wash over the entire thing, which really gave it the shade that I was looking for. So real happy with that. Nothing fancy on the back. Just put a little license plate, put some taillights on it. Like I say, nothing real fancy. Hell, I built it in, I think, about a week, and you know, I don't know how many hours in that week, but there was nothing on it that was, I mean, hell, I spent more time starting out working with the hood and everything and then, you know, didn't actually end up using them. But and anyway, the grill shell is 3D printed, and same thing with the headers, 3D printed. Carburetors, so it's basically a stock Buick motor, even though it's all resin one, that, you know, it's all the same parts. Those carburetors, which I've used those a lot, I've always liked those. I got a ton of them. Came from, originally, I think it's the 50 Ford, the Revell 50 Ford, when they put the flathead conversion, the Ardent head conversion option in there. They had those 3 carbs, and you know, I probably cast, you know, a couple hundred of them, and you know, it was one of those carbs that I always cast, and so I've used those a lot, always liked them. They're pretty nice. They got the little scoop things on the top, or whatever you call them. So like I say, nothing fancy. And so there it is. I got a couple people might be interested in this, so we'll see what happens there. And if not, it'll just go up in the case next to some of the other ones, and move on to the next. And I'm not really sure. I've got, like I've said 100 times, I've got a bunch of projects that are already started, and I like to get into those and finish them up a little bit, and you know, because sometimes they just get pretty close and then they never get finished. Well, anybody out there that has model cars and cats know what I'm talking about right here. the model car boxes. This little Georgie, the one that was missing for a couple days, and he's been trying to sleep in that 30 Model A box over there, which he can get his big old butt in there, but I mean, it was tight, and he likes to spend the afternoon sitting in that box. So this morning I got him out a little bit bigger box, so he's not quite as cramped, and he decided that, yep, that's better. So he's got him a new little box to hang out in. So good to see him back in, back in here. We really missed him. Glad to see him back. I hope all of our friends in Florida are doing okay. I talked to Tom Rambler69 yesterday, or messaged with him, and he said it was raining like hell and whatever, but I haven't heard anything since. So I hope everybody's doing okay. I got a guy that I went to school with that just moved to Florida a couple years ago, John Peterson, and this is probably their first hurricane. So we'll have to see what John has to say about this when this is all over. And so anyway, all you guys out there, just hope everything's okay. You can't mess with Mother Nature. And believe it or not, this isn't the worst hurricane that's ever happened. I know what they want you to believe, that this has never ever happened before, and if we were all driving electric cars, we wouldn't have this problem. But we all know that that's not true, and so all we can do is move on and hope the best for everybody. And I don't think, speaking of electric cars, I don't think I'm going to be building any models of electric cars. I guess I could if I really wanted. And I have nothing against electric cars. Electric cars are freaking cool. But you know the story. But it's much more fun to be burning some gasoline, making a lot of noise like this thing would be. Just imagine driving this car from, let's just say, Rhode Island, that's a good place, to, let's say, Bonneville. That'd be a good little trip. Getting in that baby, spending 2 or 3 days out on the road, out there, buzzing up and down the highway, 70, 80 miles an hour, in the wind blowing through the car, making lots of noise, lots of bumps. My back could never take it, but I mean, it would still be a fun adventure. So thanks a lot, everybody, and thanks everybody for watching the channel. I know I haven't had much stuff up lately, but I haven't been building anything lately, so try to keep some stuff coming. I still got a couple more projects left on the house here that I'm working on. I got to redo my little bathroom with a new floor and repaint, and I got to repaint the front room. We've been changing things around. I got rid of my wood stove, I got some new electric heaters in and everything, so we're going to do a repaint on the living room in there, and it's got an old original wood floor in it, and I don't know if it's the original one from 1898 when this place was built. Probably is. And we're going to try to do a refinish on that. So got some projects to do, and keep trying to piddle away with the model cars here and everything else. And so again, thanks everybody for watching, and I'll try to keep some stuff coming, and any tips and stuff that I can do along the ways, hopefully you guys can pick up on them and use them on some of your projects and everything. And again, that's the whole idea behind this channel, is just to show people stuff that I do, and hopefully it can help them out on their projects. So see y'all later.